where these two sides can meet. And for Turkey, it's a huge kind of international boost, a profile booster. And also for President Erdogan in particular, it's very useful at deflecting some of the other things that are going on in Turkey. A couple of months ago, we had the people here say are trumped up political charges. 10 years ago, that kind of behavior, these kind of blatant crackdowns on freedom of speech, on democratic norms, would have garnered a huge reaction in Europe, particularly from leaders like Angela Merkel. Today, absolutely nothing. We're hearing no kind of criticism at all.
Because she argues the Turkish government has stepped into the breach and offered both Moscow and Kiev a chance at least to discuss peace. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
To recap the top stories, the Dutch government has collapsed following a row over the country's immigration policy after the far-right PVV party withdrew from the coalition over disagreements about asylum rules. The British government says it's prepared to take sanctioned Russian billionaire Roman Abramovich to court over funds from his sale of Chelsea Football Club. London wants the money given to Ukrainian aid programs. And the US Commerce Secretary has said a trade deal with India could be finalised in the not-too-distant future. That's the latest feature story news. Stuart Smith reporting.
You're listening to KCHW 102.7 FM, Northern Lights Public Radio.
KCHW headlines. I'm Chuck Ritchie. A dust storm caused a deadly chain reaction crash on Highway 395 near Connell, Washington, Saturday evening. A man from Spokane died, and a woman was taken to a Tri-Cities hospital after the six-vehicle pileup, including 3 semi-trucks. Wind gusts of up to 45 miles an hour whipped through the Benton and Franklin County region, blowing dust and sand across roadways, reducing visibility. Spokane refugee communities are searching for a path forward after a Supreme Court decision Friday. The justices allowed President Trump to end parole for nearly 500,000 Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans. It's not clear how many refugees in the Spokane area will now lose their legal status to be in the U.S. And an online petition to recall Governor Ferguson has 37,000 signatures. A Western Washington gas station worker is spearheading the recall effort because he signed a budget that includes roughly $9 billion in new taxes. Shannon Soderland, who works at a gas station in Grays Harbor County, says Ferguson has shown a disregard for the hardworking people of our state. In our last story, gas prices in Washington went up for the third straight week last week, reaching the highest level of the year so far. AAA says the average cost of a gallon hit $4.42 on Thursday. That's 14 cents higher than the average price at the pump a month ago. But prices are better in Chewelah at $3.97 a gallon. For KCHW 102.7, I'm Chuck Ritchie.
You just said you're unstable, Val.
I know it.
My dear guests, I am Mr. Rourke, your host. Welcome to Fantasy Island.
Yes, you have arrived. Good morning, and it's KCHW 102.7. You got it Tuesday with my beautiful sister Val and your overly friendly Scott.
Overly friendly?
Overly
Did
friendly.
you get in trouble again for being too friendly?
It was just a friendly pat. That landed me in jail.
Hey, I am not going to pull up Facebook on my phone today because my internet is very unstable. So if anybody's saying hi this morning, sorry, Val's not going to see it for a little while till my internet figures itself out.
Okay. All right. I did post this morning's question. We will get to those in a little bit, but you have time to post it. We're looking for the best ingredients in an omelet because Scott's hungry. All right. Your best ingredients in omelet. So go to KCHW Radio on Facebook, and you can watch the show and make comments and tell us things you've always wanted to tell us, but we're afraid to. All right. And if you don't want people to know who you are, use that fake Facebook account we know you have.
We might be afraid to hear them.
Yes. All right, get started this morning. Let's do the usual with a little weather. We're starting out at 75 today. Pay attention to that. 75 with sunshine and then a few afternoon clouds. Tonight, mainly clear and down to 48, and then things change. Wednesday, partly cloudy and 78. Thursday, sunny and 84. Friday, sunny with a few afternoon clouds. Well, a few morning clouds, then afternoon sun. High of 86. Saturday, 91. Sunday, 95. By Monday, almost 100 degrees as the forecast hits 96. Here comes summer! Or, wow. Yeah, fill up that ice bath. Wow, that's going to be absolutely crazy.
Wow.
Are you ready for summer, Val?
I am ready for, I like, about 80 degrees, but 100 seems, I'm not ready for that.
All right, this morning for the kids, breakfast on a stick, a cup of syrup. You don't have to dip the pancakes in it. You can just drink it. It's okay, because it's going in your belly either way. So drink the syrup, have
It's
a race.
in my belly.
Yeah. You can also have some fruit or juice to wash that sticky syrup down. You know, one thing I heard, pills that are in capsules, those plastic ones, never drink them with hot water. They stick right at the base of your throat. Almost died last night. All right, let's check lunch.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I did one time? I almost killed myself. I was taking like the cinnamon capsules, and it's supposed to help with blood sugar and all that stuff. So I'd taken one, and it like got stuck in my throat, and then I like coughed, and all of the cinnamon came out, and it was bad. I thought I was gonna die from inhaling cinnamon.
I wish it was on a YouTube. All right.
I would have gotten a Darwin Award.
For the end of the year for lunch, next 2 Tuesdays, it says Chef's Choice.
That's it for the escape plan. It's ruined.
Could be something good, could be something bad. Depends on how you kids behave. Whether you deserve something good at the end of the year or not. Let's see. I got some tough stuff, Val, on the community calendar. Will you bear with me? All right. And then, do you have some stuff from Deer Park you need me to cut to you for?
I will bear with you. And I might off my Wi-Fi for a minute and back on and see if it fixes my issue. So while you do that, I'm gonna do that. So if you have to let me back in the chat room, keep an eye out for that.
Okay, I might. Okay, all right, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the best times to watch the video feed on Facebook, YouTube, our website, or Twitch as Val disappears. Okay, forget it. All right, it's Cheweil Story Time today, 10:30 to 11:30 at your library. Also at the Cheweil Center for the Arts, you can sit and knit with your friends between 2 and 4. On Wednesday, it is First Wednesdays with Ted at the Cheweil Public Library. That means you can find out everything you need to know about starting a small business in Stevens County. Then from 3 to 4 at the library, it is a Cheweil Tech Help, where you can go in there with your laptop or your phone or your tablet and get some help. And then we have a bunch of stuff kicks off on Thursday. We're going to start off here, though, and I'll do some backstepping. Food Bank on Thursday, 10 to 2. We also have our first Thursday Art Walk happening between 5 and 8 p.m. And it is also the start of, to go along with that, Cheweil Plein Air. And we'll get into, if I can get it to open up for me, all that info. All right, first on our Art Walk. This is the kickoff for Cheweil Plein Air. Now, at the Trails End Galleries, where we always start our art walk, as Tim puts this together. It kicks off tonight. We'll go from 5 to 8 p.m. Plein Air at the Yale Press and the Trails End Gallery. The Women Painters of Washington at the Trails End Gallery. Stephen Ewens at Westhoff Excavation. Blake Weir at Courtside Brewing. Chris Davis and Anika Davidson at the Spotlight Gallery. All made possible by a slew of local businesses, including Ryan Moore and Edward Jones, Westhoff Excavation, Yale Press, The Independent, Cheweil Chamber of Commerce, Trails End Gallery, KCHW, Cheweil Golf and Country Club, Sporties, Spirit of Clay Studio, Quartzsite Brewing, Cheweil Creative District, and the Women Painters of Washington to bring you these monthly events all together. So that starts tonight. It also will be happening on the streets of Chihuahua. All right. Let's give you the full details here. You can get more information by visiting Trails End Gallery on Facebook. Pretty easy. And so basically what this is a showcase for the women painters of Washington. It's Plein Air 2025. Kicking off tonight, streets of Chihuahua, and it'll be a beautiful evening for it. Val, you look clearer. You must have got your internet all... Nope, now she's gone.
I did have it working for a minute.
I can hear you. We just don't see you. And there's two of me, and that could be bad.
Well, yeah, my video on my end is completely frozen, but my speed is looking good, but I keep getting a message that your bandwidth is low.
Yeah. That's been a problem my whole life, Val. All right. We're just going to keep moving along this morning. Let's see. This is coming up soon. I want to give him another plug. It's a ways off, but we've been trying to keep it top of mind for you if you are a biker. This is the Wendy Fund, and they are a nonprofit. They have a fundraiser called Mount Spokane Climb for the Cure Bike Race. They have two routes to choose from. One is 50 miles and one is 22 miles. Age group categories, male and female, e-bike categories, which is pretty cool. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Stop and start at the Big Barn Brewing Company in Meade, Washington, in the Green Bluff area. Takes place on June 21st. The long route, early start is 7 a.m. They got some big prizes, like a total of $12,000 to give away for this race. And I'm trying to get you a phone number. Sometimes, oh, there it is. Area code 509. 871-0824. 509-871-0824. And this is put on by the Wendy Fund. All right, Val, you appear to be back and mostly back to normal. Did you have anything from Deer Park for us today?
The Deer Park Eagles will be hosting a Father's Day breakfast on Father's Day, June 15th. It will be a free meal for dads. We're still working out the details on the exact menu and the price for everyone else, but just keep that on your calendar. Our Mother's Day breakfast was incredible. We had lots of attendance, and so I'm assuming we're going to do the same for Father's Day. Keep that in mind, and then Saturday, June 21st, there will be another craft fair and outdoor market at the Deer Park Eagles. And if you want more information on any of that, just go to facebook.com/DP Eagles 3564.
All right. A few news headlines as we move along this morning. A new study found that childhood measles vaccinations are plummeting across the U.S., and the CDC updated its vaccine guidance for foreign travelers as nearly all airport exposures are linked to international travel. So great place to catch measles if you haven't been vaccinated. Found that 78% of the 2,066 counties analyzed in 33 states reported a decline in MMR vaccinations. At the county level, the mean vaccination rate dropped 91%, well below the 95% threshold experts say is needed for herd immunity. In the U.S., South Dakota reported its first infection yesterday. There have been at least 1,125 measles cases reported in 33 states. I'm glad we got vaccinated as kids and don't have to worry about this one.
No kidding. You know what's interesting to me, though? Remember when RFK said, don't listen to him for medical advice? So don't listen to him when he's telling you that vaccines are not safe. He's already told you not to listen to him, so don't.
Well, Val, I don't know what's wrong with that. I was listening to a comedian the other day who had the perfect impersonation of RFK, and he gets done and he goes, you know what that guy would benefit from? A really big... He said, cough.
Remember,
he said
he admitted... Remember, he admitted he had a brain worm.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Stops you from clearing your throat, apparently. All right, CDC said Americans who are traveling not just to countries with outbreaks, but anywhere outside the U.S. should get vaccinated if they aren't already, as transmission is occurring in airplanes and during travel as well. All right. Under cross-examination by the defense, Sean Combs' aide Mia was questioned over text messages in which she told him she loved him and about why she never reported his alleged assaults She says she was terrified and brainwashed. At one point, I guess during the trial the other day, his entire family heard something that made them get up and leave the courtroom.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he's done. Oh, excuse me. Mohammed Solomon was charged with a federal hate crime and state charges, including 16 counts of attempted murder over the Molotov cocktail attack on pro-Israeli demonstrators, as the victim count has now risen to 12. 2,000-mile-long dust cloud from the Sahara Desert that's passing through the Caribbean is expected to hit the southeastern U.S. later this week, causing hazy skies and potentially triggering conditions like allergies and asthma. A big sandstorm. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. When's the last time we heard about something like that?
It's been a while.
Yeah. EA Sports revealed the cover of Madden 26 featuring the incredible reverse hurdle that Eagles running back Saquon Barkley hit against the Jaguars last year. Let's see. On the field for sports tonight, Nationals host the Cubs for the first of a 3-game series starting at 6:45 Eastern on the Major League Baseball app. And on the court, after signing Ari McDonald as an emergency player, the Fever take on the Mystics at 7 p.m. Eastern on WNBA League Pass. That is all happening tonight. Plus, Season 7 of Love Island USA drops at 9 p.m. I have no idea what that is, but it's on Peacock.
Okay.
Could you give me some tickets to Love Island, Val?
It's kind of like Fantasy Island.
That's what it is for me. Wow. All right. I think on that calendar, I neglected to say that there was nothing. Plein Air goes through the weekend, but there was nothing else on the calendar for that. Speaker Mike Johnson said with a smile today, some Medicaid recipients are going to have to choose whether to lose their health care.
Oh, I'm sure they're going to choose that.
Yeah. But he pointed at himself and said, not me.
Me,
Yeah.
pretty much.
A little chipmunk.
Oh, remember that one politician said, oh, well, we're all going to die.
Healthier aging. We're worried about that, right, Val? Healthier aging.
For sure.
Yes, your coffee habit is linked to your healthy aging. That's some good news. So drink up.
Oh, please tell me in a good way.
Yes, I said it's linked to healthier aging. Coffee drinkers. It's really good for your heart. Yeah. So cognitive,
All right.
physical, and mental health. So don't worry. Now, when you drink it by the tank, Chuck Ritchie, not so beneficial. All right. I like this one. Joe Jonas is taking it pretty well after watching the latest episode of South Park, which I'm going to have to catch because it's a parody where Mickey Mouse has beaten up the Jonas Brothers.
Why is Mickey picking on the Jonas Brothers?
All right. I'm wrong about this. It isn't new. It happened in 2009, but he's online commenting about it today. And how now they think it's funny, but their skin wasn't that thick when it first happened. But now I want to see Mickey Mouse beating up the Jonas Brothers. Thank you. All right. Italy. Some pretty astounding pictures online of Mount Etna erupting again. Stunning photos show the volcano sending ash into the sky and turning into a lava fountain, which Val has always wanted in her house.
A lava fountain.
Yeah. You should have moved to Addie because the lava just flows under Addie.
Really?
Yeah, yes. Well, at least that's what I said in one of my fake commercials once.
If you said it, it must be true.
It must be true. Huh? That was one of the items in
Remember, this is...
It was one
I
of
was
the
going
items.
to say, remember, this is all opinion radio in the morning show.
That's right. That's right. It was one of the things. I'll see if I can dig it out for later in this show. It's the KCHW Superstore where you can buy things, local things, and one of them was the lava protection suit, and it was strictly for people in Addie. I don't know why. I just came up with that.
Oh, well, you thought it was funny.
Yeah, I don't know how many other people did. We'll get the spot out later and see if it makes you giggle. And you know what, Val? I am just done with news. I don't want to do any more news today.
I think that's a good call.
All right, here we go. We move on to bits. What? What?
Tried to get on the Facebook page and my volume wasn't turned down. So you were hearing us 10 seconds ago.
Oh, awesome. All right, let's see if anybody's put in their breakfast order yet. But nope, but Ken says, hi, Scott and Val. Ken, what's the best things to put in an omelet? And then, Ken, since you're kind of a funny guy, follow it up with the worst things you could put in an omelet. Okay? Thank you.
I like how you qualified that. You're kind of a funny guy.
Pretty funny guy? All right. Here comes Val. She worked hard on this all night. It's Val's Summer Pose.
Because I'm kind of a funny girl.
Yay.
Yay. My skin is so pale and sensitive. From the sun, I'm always hiding. I get no help from oil or sunscreen. What I need is aluminum siding.
There's Val. Oh! Oh! You're so reflective. All right. I got one for you.
I'm burning everyone else around me.
Yeah.
But...
What are you doing? I'm standing next to Val. All right. Cowboy lost his favorite Bible while he was mending fences out on the range. 3 weeks later, a cow walked up carrying the Bible in its mouth. Cowboy couldn't believe his eyes. He took the Bible out of the cow's mouth, raised his eyes toward heaven, exclaimed, "It's a miracle!" "Not really," said the cow. "Your name was written on the cover." And Val, one more.
Oh, so bad.
Yes.
It's time to lose weight when you realize your two-piece bathing suit was a one-piece before that mysterious ripping sound.
Here at the beach, letting it all hang out. All right. 4 things you didn't know yesterday. I'm worried Val isn't laughing at my jokes, but she's got like a 10-second delay. All right.
There you go.
All right. 4 things you didn't know yesterday with Val. No, it's me. First TV remote created by Zenith in 1950. The Zenith TV remote's name? Lazy Bones.
I'm going to try and remember that because it's probably going to come up in a trivia sometime.
That's right. So is this one. On Mercury, a day is longer than a year.
Wow.
You would never have to worry about birthdays again.
That's true.
Yeah. All right, Ken
You
said...
all have a birthday on the same day.
Ken chimed in. He said, "On an omelet, bacon's good, snail's bad." What would you like for breakfast? An escargot omelet. Oui, oui.
There you go.
All right.
Oui, oui.
Cats have over 100 vocal sounds. Well, dogs only have about 10, and my cat has 1. Just
Really?
1. Yeah, and it's wow. That's all she does. Wow.
My cat Fiona truly has about 100 vocal sounds, and she'll use them all when she wants breakfast.
Ooh. Huh. My last cat, Mooch, had no down to a T. You know, if you watch the reels, you see dogs and cats that, mimic humans and can make a sound. But my cat made no. When I told her to go in, like if we were outside the radio station and I told her to go back in the station, she would look at me and literally meow the word no and go the other way. So, all right.
You can't make me.
Val, do you know what the hole in your shirt that you put your arm through is called?
Oh, would you put your arm through? Well, armhole.
Oh, you're close. Arm's eye. Arm's eye. There. Now you know 4 new. Did you know any of those things? What?
I did know the cat one because I think we've done it before, and I guess that was one that I knew, but the others, no.
All right. I was kind of surprised by our next one. Val has a list of companies and the companies, well-known companies, and their original names.
Oh, some of these could be really interesting, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Anheuser-Busch was originally known as Bavarian Brewery.
Okay.
That's not so bad.
Not so bad.
Avon was known as the California Perfume Company. Right.
Okay.
And until they wanted to be a direct marketing company.
Yeah, that's right.
Best Buy, Sound of Music.
They should have stuck with that because you could have put their like all their employees in little Bavarian outfits with the short shorts and clogs, so you could see when the employee's following you.
But then they couldn't have sold like videos, and didn't they sell like appliances for a while?
Oh yeah. So.
Computers. All right. Dell Computer was originally known as PCs Limited.
They had to change their name because of their poor PCs. So when I did tech support, this is the first question. Somebody was having problems with their computer running slow. I'd say, "Is it a Dell?"
And I don't know why you'd go PCs Limited. It should be unlimited.
That's right.
That's right. Green Giant was known as the Minnesota Valley Canning Company. Yeah.
Minnesota.
H&R Block was known as United Business Company.
Makes about as much sense as their current one.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know it by now, but it's not very descriptive.
No, it's not. L'Oreal was the French harmless hair dye company. Now that one's funny.
They had to change it because it took up the whole label.
No kidding. Harmless hair dye company. Nike was known as Blue Ribbon Sports.
There's nothing wrong with that one.
No. I feel like these could all be trivia questions. Again, I think I need to remember these. Quaker Oats was known as the American Cereal Company.
Okay.
And finally, Whirlpool, Uptown Machine Company. Or Upton. It's probably Upton, not Uptown. Upton Machine Company.
All right. Moving on this morning, a couple Facebook topics. If you've got a strange one, we want to know what it is. What is your strange hobby? And here's what the internet had to say. Sometimes when I'm bored, this person says, I will Google bars and restaurants in other countries, look at their menu, and try to decide what I would eat or drink if I was there.
That sounds kind of fun, though, right?
Snails?
Yeah. I mean, you could go on like almost like being on a vacation without leaving your couch.
That's true. All right. This next person says, I collect rubber ducks. I'm right around 200. Ew.
I wonder if he also owns a Jeep, because that's kind of the thing that Jeep owners do. If you see a Jeep that you like, you leave them a rubber duck.
Okay. What's the significance between Jeep and ducks?
I don't know if it's like some of them have the duck thing on them where you can drive through the water. I don't know if that's part of it or not. So, but anyway,
all right.
It is a thing.
You could explain that to us online as well. Because we don't know what the duck thing is. Ken says the discount shoe store was originally called the Foot Fetish Emporium.
He shopped there all the time.
He says the thing here I always say, these shoes are too pointy. It hurts my toes. Wow. We went off the edge there. Let's see what else. Here's somebody says they collect and age fine pipe tobacco. That's kind of interesting. I like this one, too.
That's such a thing?
I go to the courthouse and just watch trials.
Oh, talk about being bored out of your mind.
Yeah, and so is this person. It says, I like to sit around and tie knots. It's pretty relaxing. And my suggestion was you might as well be knitting.
Well, that's relaxing, too, I guess.
Yeah, but you're serving. You're just tying knots. You're not really serving a purpose when you could knit me a scarf.
Yeah, exactly. Knit him a scarf.
All right, we've been talking about food this morning.
Ken needs to get a dictionary. Did you read his latest comment?
Yeah. I was trying to decide if I was going to say it in case it was something inappropriate. All right, moving on this morning. Weird food combos that people say they love, which I don't believe. And here comes Val.
All right, peanut butter on a cheeseburger.
Oh.
Now, that sounds interesting. So not only do you get the cheese stuck to the roof of your mouth when it's really hot, you get the peanut butter to keep it there.
And if you have a peanut allergy and ever wanted to die eating a hamburger, there you go. That's disgusting. That's horrible. All right.
How about dill pickles covered in black pepper?
Huh.
That might be something I'd be willing to try. That doesn't sound that unusual, right?
Well, I think that peppercorn in a pepper grinder, I think you can put that on anything.
Yeah. And I mean, as long as it wasn't like doused in it, but I'd be willing to try black pepper on a dill pickle.
All right.
All right. French fries dipped into ice cream.
Always
Hey,
delicious.
I mean, is that unusual?
No.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that a thing when you go to Wendy's? You dip your French fries in the Frosty?
Yeah. I mean, you can't avoid that in your life. I mean, you might accidentally drop a fry into your shake. So come on. But you know, that's the only thing that makes a Wendy's French fry taste good is dipping it in the Frosty. Just saying.
They're just not like McDonald's. I mean, you just can't compare, right?
No compare.
I was going to go back to the black pepper. Remember when, and maybe it was a thing for a while, they said to put black pepper on your strawberries because it brought out the taste of the strawberries.
Oh, I never tried that.
Yeah, so that's supposed to be real. It just kind of intensifies the strawberry taste. All right, salt vinegar chips with scoops of Ben & Jerry's chocolate fudge ice cream.
I'll pass.
I think I'll pass on that one too. Yeah. Not that I don't like a little sweet and salty at the same time, but the salt and vinegar chips.
They're nasty by themselves.
Yeah. I mean, I would dip a regular chip in it, maybe.
Yeah.
Radish slices dipped in room temperature butter. I don't know if you can save a radish. I think they're one of the most disgusting things. I don't think there's anything you could do with a radish to make it taste good.
No. It's like an onion's evil friend.
Smooth. Yes. Smooth peanut butter on toast, then add a slice of cheap processed ham on top.
It might be okay.
These people mix in peanut butter and meat. I don't know. All right, mac and cheese with A1 steak sauce.
Okay.
I'd be willing to try that. Yeah. Baked beans and mashed potatoes mixed together.
Wow.
Kind of sounds like something you would probably try at like like a barbecue or something. But maybe more in your potato salad, kind of the baked beans and the potato salad get mixed together.
Did you ever try years ago, Safeway's Deli used to make a macaroni salad that was barbecue. Had you ever?
Oh.
They stopped, but I'm not a big fan of macaroni salad, but that changed it.
I like a good barbecue pizza.
Oh.
You know, with barbecue sauce on it instead of marinara.
Okay.
I kind of like that. And then I'll give you one because I think I've brought this up before, and most people cannot imagine this and think it's gross, but it's really good if you ever get a chance to try it. And you can't do this because you're allergic to peas, but put peas on top of your cottage cheese.
Ew.
It's really good. It doesn't sound good, but it's really good. So, if you made peas for supper and they're hot, just put them on top of some cottage cheese. Yummy.
I could do that, but I wouldn't. I'm only allergic to raw peas. So a cooked pea is fine.
Oh, so you could do cooked peas?
A cooked pea is fine, but a raw pea, the doctor said, will kill you.
Or will kill you.
So when I'm doing it like a salad or a meal at an Oriental restaurant and it has the pea pods in it, I won't eat them because I'm always afraid if I got one pea pod where the peas inside weren't cooked well enough, it could be disastrous.
So like canned peas would be okay because they've been cooked or...
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a weird thing. Everything that I am allergic to, And I have quite the list. The Spokane Allergy Clinic told me I was the most allergic person that ever came through their clinic, and said I was so allergic they couldn't help me. They said that there was no way.
We've kind of known there was no help for you, but
he said there was no, because when you go in and get an allergy test and then they take what you're allergic to and they put it in a serum and they give you small doses of it to help you build an immunity. And I told him when I went in, I said, I just want a fresh list. I don't want your serum. And doctor actually got irritated with me after the 3 different runs, and they'd seen, what's going on with me. He came back in. He said, I owe you an apology. You knew what you were talking about. I can't make a serum for you. He said, there's too much stuff that you're allergic to, but we could pick a couple things. And I said, no, as you get older, things change. I'm allergic to beer now. I wanted to know if there's something else out there lurking that will try to kill me besides a beer.
Besides beers and peas.
Besides beers and peas and bananas. But yeah, I've got some really strange allergies, and excluding the beer, I don't quite get that one, but as long as I cook it, I can eat it. So I can fry that banana.
So even like banana bread, you would be fine with?
Yep. Just not in its raw, natural, organic form.
Okay.
I need some cooking and some processing.
And I don't know if you'd call it an allergy, although I went to a naturopath who called it an intolerance, I guess. For me is raw onions. And you don't often eat raw garlic, but that too. I'll just, and not that it, does anything you'd consider as an allergic reaction, but it just gives me such bad indigestion.
What kind
I can cook onions, and I love them cooked, and they are fine. But yeah, don't give them to me raw.
What did she call it? What kind? An intolerance?
An intolerance, yeah, to, because they do this like blood test, and I don't know if I really completely agree with the science because it doesn't seem very scientific, but yeah, that's what she told me. Potatoes, onions, and garlic. But yeah, I don't know.
I have the same kind of thing with people that smell.
like potatoes, onions, or garlic.
Oh yeah, I know. I mean, I have an extreme aversion to BO. I mean, like gag kind of reflex. Yeah.
I have a very sensitive nose too.
Yeah, I think it's because we've got those big noses.
Oh, we can take in so much of it at one time.
Exactly. I mean, I went so far as to take up smoking because I was smelling so well. Because they say it deadens your senses. Didn't work.
Don't smell so well, but you can smell. You don't smell as well.
Yeah, I can smell you all the way from Maine.
Oh, I believe it because you're odoriferous yourself.
It's funny that people have an aversion to strong smells are usually the stinkiest people. So that's saying something about me. All right.
Hey, Ken says he relishes the taste of radishes.
Oh, that makes sense. All right, photos you should keep on your phone. All right, there's some photos you shouldn't keep on your phone. I really didn't mean to text that. Just saying. All right, photos you should keep on your phone. Here's some, and I think some may be good and some might be bad. A reminder of where you're parked. Snap a picture of your space number if it's a big parking lot. Or letter.
Oh, now that's kind of brilliant.
All right. Your printer cartridges. Make sure that you can see the refill numbers. You can put those on your phone.
That seems odd. I'm not sure I refill my. I'd have to search my whole phone for the picture of the printer cartridge. So I don't know that I would ever do that one.
I keep all the passwords photographed to the 20 computers I access on my phone. Probably not a good idea. Oops. But when you're out and about, you need some remote access.
Your screensaver.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, just don't put it as your screensaver or your wallpaper.
Scrolling your social security number. Family members' clothing sizes. That seems like a lame thing on your phone.
Yeah.
Unless you do it real simple. Big, bigger, biggest. The measurements of your air filter.
Again, bizarre.
Travel confirmation numbers. Take a screenshot of the emails from your airline, hotel, or Airbnb. Or just download the app and pull it up.
I do, yeah. Well, I do that, though, often. If you just, as I'm making that reservation, I will do a screenshot so I have the confirmation number handy or whatever. Or if I've paid a bill, I'll do a screenshot just as my receipt. Even though you'll probably get one in an email, it's just kind of nice to have that if something goes wrong.
Sure. Put in the wrong email address or something. All right. Let's see. Pictures of current medications. Make sure you can see the prescriptions, names, and dosages in the photo.
And I will do that if you're going to a doctor's appointment or wherever and they want to know your medications. You have just on your phone. Oh. Yeah, pictures on your phone. So I have done that one.
All right. The types of light bulbs that fit into strange home fixtures. That's like over the top.
That's bizarre.
Your driver's license, passport, and insurance cards, just in case you lose your wallet while traveling.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I don't think it's going to help you if you get pulled over, but at least you got the number that was on it.
Yeah.
The back of your TV or computer so you can remember where the cords go, where and when unplugging for a move or a cleaning. Yeah, that's a good idea. Your electronics. We've done that at the radio station before. Take pictures of where all the wires are going. Smart thing to do.
I've done that too. Yeah.
Also, when you're working on a car, great thing to do. Yeah. Serial numbers of expensive electronics or appliances for warranty or theft reporting. Taking pictures of those. Allergy or medical instructions for kids, partners, or elderly parents. That's what I'm getting for my birthday and Father's Day this year. I'm just waiting for Lindsay to bring me a first alert. Not that my kids treat me like I'm getting really old, but they treat me like I'm getting really old.
And I can't get up.
Yeah. It's funny you said that because that's going to come up a bunch during part 2 of today's show. People that have fallen and can't get up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's all for fun. Credit cards, front and back. Okay. So, like if your wallet gets stolen or you lose your credit card, but this is a really bad idea if you lose your phone.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
That's horrible. Don't put your credit cards.
Yeah, you've just...
Yeah, don't do that.
Unless you have a screen lock, I guess, that has a pretty, something somebody's not going to guess.
I guess biometrics is pretty safe, yeah. Unless they knock you out and use your finger.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's
creepy.
Well, you've just given them another place to get your credit card information. I don't know.
Yeah, that seems kind of dangerous. All right, to strangest museums in the United States. Looking for things to do this summer? Val is going to take you on a tour of the strangest museums in the United States.
All right, if you're headed to Massachusetts, you could check this one out. I have a hard time saying that. Massachusetts. All right. They have the Museum of Bad Art. It has 2 galleries with paintings devoted to portraiture, such as Peter the Kitty, and landscapes like 2 Trees in Love, and a recent acquisition, a dog in a hula skirt juggling bones.
Okay.
Oh, so bad. New Delhi, India has the Sulaf International Museum of Toilets. It's devoted entirely to, toilets, including a replica of the monogram potty of Francis King Louis the 13th. I have to do my Roman numerals again, which he kept under his throne in case nature called while duty called. That's pretty disgusting. You're talking to the king and you're like, is he really doing that right now?
Creepy.
Wait a minute till I wipe.
Hold on.
Oh, it's so
okay.
Okay.
Anybody want to vote on that?
Oh, in New Mexico, you can Let me shake your hand.
Please don't
in New
knight me.
Mexico, you'll find in Albuquerque, New Mexico, you'll find the American International Rattlesnake Museum. It has nearly 100 snakes, live ones.
I've been there. It bites.
No, thank you. Also in Albuquerque and Santa Fe, they have the Tinkertown Museum on the road between the two cities. Has walls made of 50,000 glass bottles and 22 rooms of animated wooden figures, mostly carved by the late Ross Ward.
Exciting.
All right.
All right.
Are we locked up again, or can you hear me?
I can hear you. You're moving around just fine. I can see you drifting in and out. Your
Can
laugh.
you hear me? Because my video's all locked up.
It says I'm unstable again. That's weird. We usually never have problems on Tuesdays. So.
We're both unstable today. I know. And my video was completely frozen for quite a while, so I didn't know if everything was frozen or just, yeah.
So you just kept
Anyway,
talking. I love
if
that.
things are good, I'll move on.
Yeah, okay.
I'll just keep going. All right. Independence, Missouri, they have the Leela's Hair Museum. It has more than 2,000 pieces of jewelry and 159 wreaths made of human hair, including one made from the hair of two sisters whose heads were shaved when they entered a convent.
I don't like that story.
Yeah, you don't like anything that has to do with shaving your hair off.
Or it falling out of my head.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia has a Mutter Museum at the College of Physicians. It contains women who died of yellow fever, a collection of shrunken heads, a tumor removed from the jaw of President Grover Cleveland, skeletons of giants and midgets, and more.
Okay, that's awful creepy.
I'm going there next week.
Sorry.
In Baltimore, we have the National Museum of Dentistry, has Queen Victoria's toothbrush, George Washington's ivory dentures, Tuss dental commercials, and an assortment of pliers once painfully used for extracting teeth.
Say ah. Did I
Which
ever,
do they still use the same ones today?
Did I ever tell you the story when I showed up at our brother's house and he was about under the table, and sitting on the table was a pair of pliers and a bottle of whiskey. And I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Pulling a tooth." And I watched him pull a tooth out of his head with a pair of pliers.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Hence why I don't drink. It leads to bad ideas.
Oh, wow.
All right. Think about
Yeah,
that one all
doesn't
day.
sound fun.
Yeah, saved money though. Probably saved himself like $400.
Yeah, no kidding. It makes me cringe.
All right.
Ew. All right. Final one today. In Washington, Missouri, there's the Corn Cob Pipe Museum. It's part of the Missouri Meerschaum Pipe Company, whose customers have included President Dwight Eisenhower, Mark Twain, and Popeye, played by Robin Williams in the film.
I was going to say, he's a cartoon character. He does not have a real pipe. Come on. All right. More summer fun. Okay, so we've taken you on this tour of all the dumb museums you could go visit. How about some crazy festivals? We're back to the Radish Val. It's the International Horseradish Festival, hosted by Ken, coming up this week in Connesville, Illinois. Munich has Oktoberfest, Rio has Carnival, Montreal has Winter Carnival, but only Collinsville has the International Horseradish Festival. So fun. What happens there? Root grinding, horseradish tossing, Bloody Mary contest, cornhole tournament, car show, and it's personality-based beauty pageant. And they don't have pretty girls there. I'm guessing. Yeah, personality-based Personality-based talent or beauty pageant. I like that. The Chicken Stock Music Festival in Chicken, Alaska. The remote festival features Alaskan musicians, quirky games, and famous peep drop in the tiny town of Chicken. It's fun, offbeat, and under the midnight sun. Ooh, that actually, yeah. Not enough chicken? How about the Wayne Chicken Show in Wayne, Nebraska? Oh, Nebraska. What a great place to visit. A quirky celebration of all things chicken, featuring chicken contests, chicken-themed games, and the famous chicken dance. Yes. I'm going to stop right there. Wisconsin State Cow Chip Throwing Festival. We've covered this one before. That's in August. Oh, the chicken. The chicken is a Chicken Stock Music Festival mid-June, and the Chicken Show mid-July. Cow Chip, as I said, August 29th and 30th. Cow Chip Festival. Prairie du Sac, Wisconsin. The Lower Keys Underwater Music Festival at Lou Key Reef in the Florida Keys. Divers and snorkelers enjoy a unique underwater concert with ocean-themed broadcast beneath the sea. Festival promotes reef conservation and marine life awareness. That's my pick.
That would be kind of fun, but I've never snorkeled before.
First time for everything. A great Texas Mosquito Festival, end of July in Clute, Texas. The lighthearted summer festival dedicated to the mosquito. Their mascot is named Willie Manchu.
Oh, boy.
Willie Manchu, the mosquito. The festival includes offbeat competitions like mosquito calling and the best mosquito legs. I got to give that a round of applause.
Wow.
Wasteland Weekend, end of September, Edwards, California. Fans of Mad Max and post-apocalyptic culture dress up and immerse themselves in the themed desert world with music, games, and custom vehicles. That's cool. All right. I think
that would be fun.
Yeah, we got quite the delay. A West Virginia Roadkill Cook-Off, September 27th, Marlington, West Virginia. Oh, that's right. You're gonna eat everything people ran over on the way to the festival. World Championship Outhouse Races in Virginia City, Nevada. Hilarious bathroom-themed competition. The Woolly Worm Festival, mid-October, Banner Elk, North Carolina. Charming mountain festival centered on racing woolly bear caterpillars. I wonder if they get excited and cheer. All right. And then I think, Val, oh, no, you didn't hit this one. I know you hit one in Montana. The Turkey Testicle Festival in Huntley, Illinois. Adults-only Thanksgiving Eve tradition where thousands gather at a local pub to enjoy live rock music, plenty of beer, baskets of deep-fried turkey testicles. Yay! We're going to pass. All right. We got an incredible delay, and I think it's time for break. Val, while we go to break, maybe you can try leaving and I'll let you back in. We'll see if that reconnects our internet without that delay. When we come back, we're going to have local birthdays, today's odd news, and a bunch more, but we need you to stay right here on Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7, and we will be right back.
Coffee's brewing, birds are singing, Northern Lights Radio to get your morning ringing. Stay right here because we'll be right back. New sponsors and then we're back to Yak. Got your favorite jokes and stories too. It's your KCHW FM morning crew.
Listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on 102.7 KCHW, Chewelah, Colville, Kettle Falls.
It's 8:16.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from
Colville Toyota, Colville Toyota, located at 160 West 3rd Avenue in Colville, offers new and used vehicle sales and service. Vehicle sales is open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with a Toyota Express Maintenance Center open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. More information on Colville Toyota's vehicle inventory and services is available at colvilletoyota.com. A small-town dealership with a big heart.
And by
Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast for June 3rd, 2025. I'm Farah Siddiqui. The Supreme Court declined to take up a pair of gun rights cases Monday, leaving in place Maryland's ban on semi-automatic military-style rifles and Rhode Island's restrictions on large-capacity magazines holding more than 10 rounds of ammunition. That from the Washington Post. They report the court's action drew dissents from 3 conservatives, showing that the Supreme Court is still divided on how to handle Second Amendment cases after the justices expanded gun rights in a 2022 landmark decision. Justice Clarence Thomas said the High Court should have reviewed the lower court ruling in the Maryland case and not put off the question of whether the government can ban the most popular rifle in America. The answer, he wrote, is of critical importance to tens of millions of law-abiding AR-15 owners. The 2 other dissenters were Justices Samuel A. Alito Jr. and Neil M. Gorsuch. And as the U.S. Senate considers President Donald Trump's big, beautiful bill recently passed by the House, clean energy advocates are sounding the alarm. Eric Galatas reports.
Garrett Royer with the Sierra Club's Colorado chapter says the budget reconciliation package would endanger Colorado's clean air and water, fast-track reckless oil and gas development, and raise costs on working families, all to give more tax cuts and handouts to billionaires and corporate polluters.
This is a highly destructive bill that's going to threaten thousands of Colorado's jobs by gutting investments in clean energy, especially in rural and vulnerable parts of the state.
One of Trump's central campaign promises was to repeal climate action written into President Joe Biden's Inflation Reduction Act. The bill currently before the Senate would gut IRA clean energy tax credits and investments, expedite drilling, and eliminate public health protections from tailpipe methane and other pollution. The administration says these moves are necessary for the U.S. to achieve energy dominance.
While egg prices have come down from exorbitant highs earlier in the year, Mississippi families are still paying more at the grocery store.
While the avian flu has been widely blamed for egg shortages and price hikes, food policy experts say corporate consolidation and profit strategies may be playing a larger role. They're calling for more oversight and reforms to restore fairness in the food supply chain. Andrew DeCoriolis, executive director of the nonprofit Farm Forward, says companies like Amazon are making money from both the producer and the retailer.
Amazon's directly benefiting from that 22% increase in share value. They are also likely benefiting from the increased margins that Whole Foods is getting to sell those products.
Mississippi's own Cal-Maine Foods, the nation's largest egg producer, reported record profits despite minimal impact from avian flu. The company says it's cooperating with a U.S. Department of Justice antitrust investigation into possible price fixing, which raises concerns about how egg prices are set and who controls them. This story was produced with original reporting from Gray Moran for Sentient. I'm Tremel Gomes.
This is Public News Service. June is Pride Month, and transgender advocates are speaking out, seeking equal recognition in society and in the workplace.
The U.S. Supreme Court recently ruled that President Donald Trump can enforce a ban on transgender people in the military while litigation proceeds. Martha Gomez with the nonprofit Trans Can Work says the attacks on transgender people ultimately hurt society as a whole.
Of course, transgender are at the forefront of a lot of those attacks, but the truth is that these DEI cuts, they hurt all of us as a nation. education to not have opinions outside of just one.
The armed forces are also changing the names of transgender members of the military back to their names at birth. I'm Suzanne Potter.
Transgender, gender diverse, and intersex individuals continue to face high rates of economic insecurity, job discrimination, and barriers to stable employment. An Indiana rise in autism diagnosis is sparking new conversations as health experts urge early screening and clear guidance for families. More on this Wish TV Public News Service collaboration by Joe O'Leary.
Recent data shows that 1 in 31 American children now has autism spectrum disorder. That's triple the rate from the early 2000s. Dr. Janelle Gordon with Community Health Network says the increase stems partly from better screening and broader diagnostic criteria, but more research is still needed, especially into environmental factors.
Case control studies have shown that there is no association. Then individuals were worried about the preservatives that are in vaccines, not MMR, but other vaccines. That also has been disproven.
Despite the findings, Gordon says misinformation remains a barrier for parents seeking answers. This story was produced with original reporting from Dr. Janelle Gordon.
Families without a regular doctor can contact their local health department. Gordon says early action can make a big difference. Finally, the U.S. Department of Transportation has frozen millions in grant dollars awarded by the Biden administration, leaving those counting on them in limbo.
Powell County, Montana was set to receive more than $6.3 million for its Parks to Passes project, a collaboration with neighboring groups and governments to close gaps in a pedestrian and biking corridor spanning roughly 230 miles between Butte and the Idaho border. That's part of the larger Great American Rail Trail route, which Kevin Mills with the Rails to Trails Conservancy says will stretch 3,700 miles between D.C. and Washington State.
It's really stalling an important connection in that nationwide trail, and then that puts at risk Montana's potential to tap into what we've calculated to be $16 million in new economic development.
The grant was part of President Joe Biden's Rebuilding American Infrastructure with Sustainability and Equity program. U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says the Biden administration delayed construction with, quote, leftist social requirements, including the consideration of a project's climate change and social justice impacts. I'm Kathleen Shannon.
This is Farah Siddiqui in for Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported, heard on interesting radio stations, your favorite podcast platform, and you can find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
KCHW is online at kchw.org. Listen to the live stream, find out about station events, memberships, local weather, and volunteering. You're listening to KCHW 102.7.
Maybe we ought to turn on the searchlights now.
No. It's just what they'll be expecting us to do.
That's right. And we don't want to do anything they might expect us to do. And we're back. It's Scott and Val on a Tuesday morning, and my sister with us live from Deer Park. I'm sitting in the beautiful state of Maine, being eaten alive by mosquitoes. I can't hear you, Val.
I'm unmuting.
Okay.
There we go. Hello.
Well, now, yeah, hey, I think you fixed your delay. Well, that was pretty impressive.
I at least for now. I'm not sure what was going on because my internet speed said it was good. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I wonder if it's nationwide, since we're on opposite sides of the country, both having internet issues today. But, hey, we're broadcasting, and we are happy to be here. We always kick segment number 2 off with a look at local birthdays. I am going to back up all the way until Monday, because we didn't have a show yesterday morning, and we had birthdays in Chihuahua for Barb Adams, Tim Lawrence, Jeff Tereski, and an anniversary for Lanny and Pauline Stolp. Now, today, Tuesday, we've got Kyla Hadlock, Ivy Katzer, Chase, wow, I'm sorry, I got bad eyes. This is a tough one. Chase Wishwar, I hope I said that right. Weishwar, and Dave and Sarah Bolander having another anniversary. Congratulations all the way around. You see them around town, point and laugh, tell them we talked about them on the radio. And here comes my sister with a look at all those famous people having birthdays today.
Yeah, and I have no idea really how to say this last name, but it's Carmen del Orifice, maybe? I'm going to put a little French accent on it because the French seem to be the ones with the models. So she was a fashion model. In fact, right now, the world's oldest working model. She's 94 years old.
Wow. What? She's still working. That's cool.
That is really cool.
All right.
All right. Penelope Wilton, who was in Doctor Who for one, is 79 years old today. Jill Biden. I hope everybody knows who Jill Biden is. Former First Lady of the United States. She turned 74 today. James Purfoy. Purfoy?
Yes.
Actor, was in Rome and A Knight's Tale, 61 years old. Anderson Cooper. He's a CNN journalist, 58 years old. Kerry King, musician, guitarist, and founding member of thrash metal band Slayer, is 61. I feel like you need to say it like that. Slayer. All right. Michelle Keegan, actress in Our Girl and Brazic, 38 years old today. Imogen Poots, who is an actress, played in 28 Weeks Later, and Vivarium, is 36. Rafael Nadal, I'm really having trouble with names today, professional tennis player, is 39. And finally, thank goodness, Ann Winters, actress who is in Grand Hotel and The Orville, is 31 years old.
I love that show, The Orville. That's a great sci-fi show if you're a sci-fi fan.
I've never watched it.
Really? I think
Yeah.
there's 4 seasons. They were going to do a 5th, and COVID kind of ruined the whole thing. And the actors went on to other things. But if you're looking for a new series to watch, pretty fun.
Okay.
All right. Definitely I will tell you, it's definitely a woke sci-fi show, too. So, 1964, as we move into It Happened Today, Rolling Stones debuted on U.S. television on Hollywood Palace, and Dean Martin was a host.
Wow.
1964. Move on to 1980. Apparently, before 1964, not much happened. 1980, NBA Board of Governors voted to make the three-point goal a permanent part of pro basketball. 82, Elvis's Memphis Mansion Graceland opened as a tourist attraction. Up to 1989, China's government sent troops to force protesters out of Tiananmen Square after 7 weeks of occupation. And 1997, residents of the Dickinson, North Dakota School District voted 2,035 to 569 to continue to call the high school sports team the Dickinson Midgets.
Alrighty then.
The name chosen in the 1920s to honor a short basketball team had been challenged by residents who felt it was inappropriate. It is.
Just maybe.
We know all about North Dakota, don't we?
We do, and I had no idea that it was the Dickinson Midgets.
Wow. Let's go on to 2005. 8-inch French fry found by an Iowa bartender sold for nearly $200 on eBay. Mindy Marlin said she was working at the Checkered Flag Bar and Grill when she spotted the unusually long French fry. Marlin said she decided to sell it on eBay. Bid started at $1. By the time it ended, it sold for $197. She also contacted Guinness Book of Records after reading the record for the longest French fry was only 6 3/4 inches.
Wow. Alrighty then.
Yes. And Jay-Z named the world's first billionaire rapper by Forbes magazine. It was 2019. And our last today in history, 2022. The original Gerber baby, Ann Turner Cook, passed away at the age of 95. She was still eating baby food. Or maybe at 95 you go back to the baby food.
I was going to say, yeah, or eating it once again.
All right, more tough words for Val as we go into today's special events and goofy holidays.
Oh, gosh, you're going to really make me work today. All right, and my screen clicked away, so give me 1 second.
All right,
okay.
all right. I'm trying to find out what the first one means.
Okay, good. It is Chimborazo Day.
Okay.
All right.
Any ideas what that might be?
No, is it I don't know. I was thinking like chimichanga, something along that line, but I don't know.
It does sound like it's a Mexican pastry dessert. But it is not. Chimborazo Day is celebrated to honor the significant cartography. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're both having trouble with words.
Whatever your issue is, it's affecting me.
Yeah. It's contagious.
Yes.
Chocolate macaroon day.
Okay.
Egg day. Oh, don't try this at home. Impersonate authority day.
No, only try it at home.
Oh, there you go. Insect repellent awareness day. Find out all you can about DEET.
Oh, I bathe in it.
Oh, does it work?
I figure at my age and all that plastic, what difference is the DEET going to make? Although I have realized my body now is entirely flammable.
Oh.
But I won't catch fire. I'll actually melt.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's good for the people around you.
Yeah, they call it slow burn.
Not spontaneous combustion. It's slow burn.
Yeah.
It is itch day.
Okay.
Is it also scratch day? But no, I don't see
that's
that.
Tomorrow.
Love conquers all day.
No, it doesn't. Just leave it at that.
It's repeat day.
What?
It's repeat day.
What?
It's repeat day.
We've still got, let's see, 28 minutes. What?
It's repeat day. World Recycle Day. I'm sorry, World Bicycle Day. Oh my God, I can't even read.
Yeah.
World Bicycle Day, World Cider Day. And finally, Scott, World Clubfoot Day.
Why is that a holiday? Let's make a holiday out of something horribly horrible. All right, World Clubfoot Day is an annual international celebration held on June 3rd to raise awareness about clubfoot. It's a congenital talipipes equinovarus, or CTEV, a birth defect where a baby's foot is twisted out of shape, and to advocate for timely and effective treatment. All right, so it's nothing to make jokes about. It still happens.
All right, sorry.
That's right, Val.
That's my problem.
I was born with a
I
club
make
head.
Inappropriate jokes.
Yeah, she has club head. And my parents didn't take care of it in time. Number for the day. Val, would you like to try the number for the day?
I don't know. I don't know if I want to do it or not, but I guess I will. All right, number for today is 136 million, and that's the number of items in the Smithsonian Institution. 136 million.
Oh, so much of our stuff today sounded like trivia questions. Ha!
I know.
It's horrible.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
My sister shall try and stump me, and I shall try and stump her.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
That's all right. We will find out who is the stumpiest.
I was going to say, I don't want to be stumped.
We were born in North Dakota. We are so lucky that we didn't live in Dickinson, because we would have ended up on their basketball team. The midgets.
The midgets.
That's so inappropriate. I can't believe they haven't changed it yet.
Oh.
All right. First trivia question.
either.
Would you like to send or receive, Val?
I will send.
Okay.
All right. 36% of Americans say they would support this as their national food.
Pizza.
It seems like it should be pizza, but it's not.
Hamburger.
Not the hamburger either.
Is it the hot dog? The corn dog?
No.
Anything
no
with
dogs.
dog in it.
No.
National food.
I'll give you a hint, and it might be a pretty good hint. You may have it on that hamburger you were talking about earlier.
America's national food is beef?
No, you may put it on a hamburger.
Cheese?
That sounds like it should be as well, but it's still not.
Lettuce? Tomato? Ketchup?
Keep going.
What else am I going to put on that burger? Mustard?
Bacon.
Oh, our national food? Because we're what? Unhealthy and fat?
I guess 60% of Americans think that we should do that.
These are the same people that invented bacon toothpaste. All right. So I lost the first one. Wow. Our researchers measured the distance one of these travels, Val, and it can be about as much as 16 feet.
Okay, one
so,
of these
So I can get you from the other side of the room.
I can get you. Oh, paper airplane.
No, researchers measure, and it's about 16 feet. It travels through the air, Val. What is it?
Sneeze.
No.
Spitball.
No.
Because I figured that's what you would be doing.
Oh, no.
To me from across the room.
No, you've missed the most obvious one, Val.
I missed the most obvious one.
Let me say it in my best Monty Python voice.
Spittle?
I fart in your general direction.
Oh.
16 feet. 16 feet. I know. Although I know a few people that can go further.
I know. That's what I was going to say. Seems like an amateur that can only do 16 feet.
Brad can go from one end of the house to the other, and that's 70. Okay.
Oh, boy.
All right. We both lost first trivia question. This isn't going well at all.
Oh, all right. Ride one of these 100,000 times, and you might get stuck once. So your odds of getting stuck are 1 in 100,000.
A Ferris wheel?
Nope.
Oh, ride one of these once and I could get stuck. Is it a carnival ride?
It is not a carnival ride.
What could I ride in that I'd get stuck in?
Yeah. I'm trying to see if there's a hint I can give you.
That van where the guy offered me candy?
You're probably going to see. You notice I just skipped that one.
Okay.
You probably see this happening in movies more often than it would ever happen in real life. What else can I?
I'm gonna get trapped inside of it. An elevator.
Yes, an elevator.
I have a big fear of that every time the door closes. I remember our high school trip. We went to a resort in Canada to I think it was Radium Hot Springs, the whole class. And when we were waiting for dinner, the class president was supposed to give a big speech, and her and her girlfriend got trapped in the elevator for 2 hours.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, horrible!
You would be so claustrophobic.
Oh,
You'd be trying to climb through the ceiling tiles like they show on those movies as well.
Mm-hmm. All right, here comes your second question, Val. U.S. Census Bureau says you probably live within 50 miles of this.
U.S. Census Bureau. From a U.S. Census Bureau?
I'm going to give you a hint in the form of a song if you feel lost.
All right, thank you. I feel lost.
All right, so U.S. Census Bureau says you probably live within 50 miles of this, and here's your hint.
Mama liked to party when you were in her belly, drinking she did some. Mama liked to party when you were in her belly, that's why you are dumb.
A liquor store.
No.
A bar?
No, the song had something to do with it, and it wasn't about the drinking.
Oh, a hospital.
No.
Oh my gosh.
This is a tough one.
Party when you were in a belly. That's why you are dumb. I don't know.
The belly. Focus on the belly.
That's what it was. That's why I said a hospital.
Nope. Census Bureau says you probably live within 50 miles of your birthplace.
Oh my goodness. I would have never got that in a million years.
All your answers were really fun, though.
Well, at least if I can't be right, I want to be funny.
Okay.
All right. The average person holding down this job in pro sports makes $60,000 a season.
He's in pro sports and he has that job. Is he a referee?
Nope. To me, this would seem like pretty good pay for this position.
Water boy?
No, that would be fun, though.
Yeah.
Nope, not a water boy, but think kind of along that line.
Oh, team mascot.
Yes, you got it. It's the mascot.
All right. Woohoo, I finally got one. All right, Val's third question. 72% of men say they'd risk their lives to save what?
Hopefully their wife.
Oh, nope.
Is it a pet?
It is a pet. There you go. See, I'm going to save my wife or the dog. My wife or the dog. Which one treats me better? Dog! All right.
All right. Oh, another one for you. In the U.S., 43% of college students do this after graduating.
I'm going to guess they do the same thing I did when I graduated. Move in with a family member.
Yes, live with their parents.
I did my brother, which was way better. But yeah,
No,
first thing
way
after
better than
college,
parents.
straight to my brother's house. I hear you got an extra room. All right, let's see if I could come up with one more for Val since I was out. Let's see here. Okay, 48% of all prison sentences are related to what crime, Val?
Oh, 48%. Is it drug possession?
Yes, it is. Good job. All right, we both finally got one.
Oh, boy.
All right, you got anything else for me, Val?
No, that was the last one from my end.
All right, let's take this out with a round of breakfast bingo then. Val, you use this to sweep the floor.
Broom.
The city that is home to the Colts.
Indianapolis?
You got it. There you go. She was so unsure. Birds lay their eggs in one.
And a nest.
No. Yeah. Almost got her. A 6-stringed instrument.
A guitar.
And cutting one makes you cry and nauseous.
Onion.
Yeah. Val, allergic to onions. Believe it or not. Not. All right, just one more.
You know what people don't.
Okay, what?
I was going to say what I have trouble convincing people with is that, and I don't know if they just think I'm being like one of those conspiracy theorists or whatever, but I cannot do fluoride. It like creates huge sores in my mouth, but you go and you tell a dental hygienist that you can't do fluoride and they make all sorts of snide comments. And I'm like, no, really?
I developed an intolerance through COVID to hand sanitizer. If I go to the store and I use hand sanitizer once, within 24 hours, even if I go home and wash it right off, my hands will crack in certain spots. Yeah, will actually, yeah. And I used hand sanitizer all the time, but all that COVID apparently caused something. I have an allergic reaction now.
And they'll say like, well, you can drink fluoride water, right? And I'm like, yeah, but that's just a really small amount in city water where you would have fluoride. But if it's in toothpaste or mouthwash, is horrible. I had my whole mouth, like basically 2 big sores from using fluoride toothpaste, fluoride mouthwash. And so, yeah, they don't want to believe me.
I think the most important part is actually brushing them. So stop gargling.
Yes.
And switch to brushing.
There you go.
I was telling somebody this the other day. If on Sunday I got up and was being lazy, forgot to brush my teeth. If I don't brush my teeth, by the time afternoon rolls around, I get a headache.
Interesting.
Like my body is, and as soon as I brush my teeth, it goes away.
Huh. So some sort of a bacteria in your mouth affects your brain.
I can actually tell where the headache's coming from, unless it's something in my body telling you to brush your teeth. Just to I don't know, but it's a thing for me. Maybe I'm Maybe I'm weird. Yeah.
Maybe it's psychosomatic.
Yeah. All right, let's do that last thing then.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go.
Bacon.
We're burning daylight.
America's food.
It's the world of
65%.
strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing.
Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
I've only seen my beautiful sister Val really mad at me once. Do you remember what I did, Val?
I do not.
You literally picked me up and threw me over your shoulder and carried me to Mom and Dad. You don't remember what I had done?
I don't remember what you'd done.
I shot a bow and arrow and it almost hit your cat.
Oh. I was thinking it had something to do with a pet, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I almost got your cat with an arrow and you were not. That's the only time I've seen Val angry at me. All right, here we go. It's the news attack. First sentence, true. Second sentence, horrible joke. And Val gets to kick it off.
Nearly half of parents have been shamed by their own children for bad recycling practices. The same kids who can't remember to put their dishes in the dishwasher somehow became environmental compliance officers.
My parents only shamed me for how I voted.
I've shamed my parents and my in-laws for their racial slurs.
Ooh. Yeah, parents went from being the authority on everything to getting schooled by someone who still needs help tying their shoes. Wow.
Oh, goodness.
A
poll about America's...
Go ahead.
Go?
I wasn't sure because there was two in a row. So, yeah, go.
All right. Go. No, you can go.
No, you can go.
All right. A poll about America's driving habits says only 48% of drivers obey the speed limit.
Ooh.
48%. I can always spot the ones who obey the speed limit. They're in front of me.
Don't you hate that? My eldest got...
I think I hate it worse. I think I hate it worse when I am doing 60 mile an hour speed limit. You're doing 62 and a half and people are riding you like you're doing 30. Drives me nuts.
Lindsay belongs to a philanthropic organization. Has she talked to you? I can't remember which one it is.
Yes, Rotary Club of America, I believe.
Yeah, and she got pulled over the other night, and when the cop asked her what she was doing, she said, I just got out of my Rotary Club meeting, and got off.
I'm going to try that.
Yeah, good answer. Yeah, tell me you were doing something very, very noble.
I just got done in my AA meeting.
I'm sorry, I'm in a hurry. I'm trying to help the Queen over the bridge. Yeah, probably wouldn't work out for me. All right, 12% of people say they choose their church after driving by it. This is called drive-by choosing.
Oh, so it does matter what the outside of the church looks like, you're saying.
Ooh, yeah, check out the steeple, open the door, see all the people.
Studies show most women utter about 20,000 words a day, while men use around 17,000 a day. That's wow. So here's my advice. If your mate accuses you of being uncommunicative, tell her you've used up your daily allowance.
You could have just said, if your mate accuses of not talking, tell her you've used up your daily allowance.
Well, I thought uncommunicative would be add one word to my vocabulary for the day.
If I borrow some of your words, will you stop talking? I've used up mine. Can I borrow yours and you can shut up? I want to get married again. That's going to work out great.
Yes.
All right. A woman in the UK called police to report hearing a burglar downstairs in her house. Instead of the typical suspect, police found a squirrel that was making all the noise. It was trying to push a big screen TV out her window. Squirrels.
Squirrels. A study found that kids 15 and under are not getting the daily recommended minimum amount of exercise. I wonder how much, because that's like a dull moment. Apparently the workout their thumbs get scrolling Snapchat and TikTok doesn't count.
Yep, and it's not exercise. Well, maybe a little. All right, here we go. We're on to Wacky But True. We don't add anything to these stories but television and movie clips to help explain them or make them a little funner. All right, first one today. Val, kick it off. Wacky But True.
In Austria, a woman was standing on a chair on a balcony when she lost her balance and toppled over the edge. Luckily, instead of hitting the ground 30 feet below, she landed in an extra large window box on a lower floor.
So that line you used today, what was it? I said it was coming up later?
Oh, I don't remember.
I've
fallen and I can't get up.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm getting tipsy.
Isn't that all snug and comfy?
Oh, he's just a little bit shy and he hates you for killing his flowers.
She always ruins your nicest flowers.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
She's not a woman. She's the Terminator.
Flower killer.
He wasn't worried about her. Just, my flowers. Oh, this is going to be fun. Pet zebra that recently found a home in Tennessee escaped and caused traffic problems on Interstate 24. Authorities reported that the zebra, which arrived at its new residence on Friday, managed to break free less than 24 hours later. He was having none of that confinement. Witnesses saw the zebra darting through traffic, leading deputies to close the interstate in both directions. Oh, to close the interstate in both directions in an attempt to ensure safety. Creature managed to evade capture and slipped into a nearby wooded area. As of Monday evening, authorities still on the outlook for the zebra, which remains unaccounted for. Let's find out why it's hiding.
We've got a lost zebra, probably on the way to Connecticut by now, and we're gonna need...
Yeah, that's right, a zebra. Right in front of me. Can I shoot it?
Negative. When the zebra's in the zone, leave him alone.
I'm starved.
I'm so hungry I could eat a whole zebra.
And this is a riddle. What's black and white and full of fuzz?
Zebra.
No, a squad car.
Just for you, the boys in blue.
It's a good thing Lindsay didn't tell that joke when she was pulled over recently. Because she might have seen the inside of one.
With black and white and stripes all over. Squad car! All
right. In the Czech Republic, an 88-year-old woman was mistakenly declared dead by a coroner, only to awaken while funeral preparations were underway. The alarming event began when her partner noticed she was unresponsive and immediately called emergency services. Following protocol, a coroner arrived and declared her legally dead, prompting funeral workers to prepare her body for burial. However, as they were working, the workers realized she was still alive. The woman was rushed to a nearby hospital where she is reported to be recovering quite well.
Tried that with 3 ex-wives. No, she's not sleeping.
You're recovering quite well from dying.
He examined her, and she's not only merely dead, she's really most sincerely dead.
She's not alive, Ollie. Something frightened her to death. She's been dead for over an hour.
Hey, she's not dead. Huh? Look, she's moving.
Like that.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, she's not dead. We're just divorced. She's history.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Oh, boy.
Alrighty then. 26-year-old off-duty deputy with Volusia County, Florida Sheriff's Office. Oh, this is Florida. Be careful. Has resigned following her arrest on Saturday night for riding a motorcycle with a fake license plate.
Who?
Yes, she's a cop. Authorities discovered Erica Muzzy's motorcycle had a plate reading "Chase Me 3."
I think the 3 was supposed to be the E in me.
Yeah, but it's backwards.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I'm
Chase
yeah,
Me. Okay. Well, that's her problem right there. She used a 3 instead of an E. The trouble began shortly after 11 p.m. when deputies noticed Muzzy's tag was flipped up and not visible. She was pulled over and then taken into custody, facing charges for possession of a counterfeit license plate, and resigned from her job. Did I get that in there?
You did.
Wow, this is horrible.
2 here. Suspect vehicle inside. 1 female.
Wrecked it! Bad cop, you see what I'm talking about?
Got a female training officer? Yes, sir.
I prefer Kipling myself. The female of the species is more deadly than the male.
That female Benedict Arnold.
If women are going to drive motor cars around, they should learn to operate one correctly.
Oh. Motorcycles, too. Okay, so.
The Memphis Police Department is searching for 2 men who were caught on camera leaving a home on bikes with a stolen vanity, faucet, and countertop. No arrests have been made.
You mean they've got a vanity, a faucet, and a countertop on their bicycles and they can't find them?
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
I got my 2 hands up. I surrender. Come and lock me up here forever.
Next up, Brazil. Guy in Brazil upset that a friend had been arrested by police. So he walked into the station house to inquire about what was going on. This wouldn't have been such a bad idea, except for one thing. The guy was wanted by the cops on robbery charges, and his wanted picture was posted right there in the station house for everyone to see and compare. Oops.
Why didn't you take a picture? It'll last longer. I got my 2 hands up. I surrender. Come and lock me up here forever.
Oh, let's make this last one explosive, Val.
Just a tip for any would-be gasoline thieves out there. When stealing gas in the dark, don't use a lighter to see how you're doing. Police in Germany say that's what a man did when he was siphoning gas from a dump truck out of business. The man was transferring the fuel from the truck to a gas can when he used a lighter to see how full the container had become. Guess what? That sparked a fire that caused minor burns to his face and hands. The fire spread to a nearby forklift, which was destroyed.
No, not the forklift. I searched everywhere for a good forklift clip, and I could not find one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
All right, here's the story, though.
How about a little fire, Scarecrow?
Fire like me. Headlights don't burn anymore.
Tell me where you saw him.
On a slab in the morgue, burned to a crisp.
I used a lighter for a flashlight at the gasoline plant.
We have a friend who comes, he's never been like a country person. He's always lived in big cities and was born in Palm Springs. And so they come up here, they're living up here part of the year. And so he's wanting to start like burn his yard waste and have some fires like that as they're cleaning up the place. And Brad was very specific in telling him, do not throw gas on a fire. You can,
on
maybe
a burning fire.
And to get it going better. And he said, you can use a little diesel oil or something like that, because don't use gas. He used gas.
After he was told not to.
After he was told not to. I guess it followed the stream of gasoline up to the can. He dropped the can and ran, I think. So I don't, he didn't get hurt, but I think he did learn his lessons.
Oh, so this didn't happen?
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Is it wrong to say I used to do that stuff on purpose?
I believe it.
Yeah, I would do a trail of gasoline, like up to the fire pit about a foot away. And then I do a spiral trail of gasoline around the fire pit and into the fire pit. And then everybody stands back. And when I light the fire, you hit it and it follows that trail up and does a big spiral and then goes woof. It's the coolest thing you ever saw.
Oh, well, at least you're not like throwing it on a burning fire.
Surprise, surprise!
I do that afterwards when everybody's gathered around the fire pit.
Surprise, surprise, surprise!
That and the whole bats thing. Bringing in the bats. All right,
boy.
That is our show for today. I bet you're glad it's over. A couple updates we've got for you tonight. It is Tuesday every night. We do a different genre of music at 6 o'clock. And, we kick off different genres. And tonight, that kickoff is done by the one and only Dr. Jazz, who brings you 3 hours of great jazz music. We followed that up at 9 with the Soul Show, and you get a couple hours of some cool Motown music. That all happens tonight. Then tomorrow morning on your KCHW morning show, you've got Chuck and Sharon going to deliver all the events and give you the rundown on the plein air that's happening this weekend, the big art show. Also, just to note that the morning show is off. Chuck has taken a trip to go over to the Creative District Symposium. I might not be wording that quite right, but he has taken a trip. So I will be covering the morning show by myself, just dropping in, doing breaks and weather and some news and some odd news for Wednesday and Thursday. So just kind of a heads up that that's all happening. Any closing words, Val? Anything you want to throw out? What's that? Why don't you tease your Father's Day thing again in Deer Park?
Oh, I will do that, yes, at the Deer Park Eagles. That's at 12 West South Avenue in Deer Park on Sunday, June 15th. We are having a Father's Day breakfast. Bring your dad in. He will eat for free.
Very nice. All right. Thanks for being here today. We are KCHW 102.7 Northern Lights Public Radio, and you keep your dial right here on 102.7 FM. Bye, sis. Love ya.
Love you too.
Coffee's brewed, the birds have sung. It's time to get off your butt and get something done. We're sorry to go, but tomorrow's probably another show. We think you'll agree, we should all keep working for free. Got your favorite jokes and stories too. It's your KCHW FM morning crew.
You're listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on 102.7 KCHW. Chewelah, Colville, Kettle Falls.
It's 9:03.
Your KC